Okay, folks, I had told you before that Aleister Crowley was a pharaoh, and so here he is, the pharaoh. You see him, and this symbol right here is the altercated hexagram right there that stands for Analema. That Analema 93 we've talked about. That's what that is. Now, I have really found out something about this cat, man, that I didn't know. And you guys are going to be shocked. You all know that the Illuminati, the Masonic cult, they run Hollywood. I've tried to tell you that before. Well, it's panned itself out again. Now let's go back to Jacob and the 12 tribes of Israel and the handmaidens tale that we were talking about. If you remember, Rachel was barren, and so she gave Jacob her 2 handmaidens to have the 12 tribes of Israel with. And those 2 handmaidens, their name was Bella and Leah. Okay? Correct? And we saw and made the connection where Pharaoh Darth Vader was Leia's daddy on Star Wars. You can't make it up. Well, I made another connection here. I didn't know this, and it was kind of hard to find this. I guess I ran up on it by accident. But let me show you something here. Aleister Crowley, his very first name, Aleister, and it's actually Alexander Crowley, but his very first name is Edward Alexander Crowley. I didn't know that. So his first name is Edward. Now watch this. Well, you're going to be shocked. Here's Edward Cullen on the Breaking Dawn. Okay? Edward. And there's Jacob of the 12 tribes of Israel that fathers them, and there's Bella. And get this, people. Bella has got a last name Swan. And that swan is the, if I can find it here, that swan is representative of, I'm hoping I can find it. If I can't, that's okay. But I'm sure you can take my word for it. But that swan is representative of the animal of Libra, of the tribe of Dan. Yes, it is. Tribe of Dan, swan. And isn't it also amazing? This is the handmaiden Bella. And this is Jacob of the 12 tribes. And then, of course, you got Edward, Aleister there. And I'll show you something about him here in a minute. But this was Breaking Dawn, okay? And the cult that Crowley was in was called the Golden Dawn. So Breaking Dawn, the Golden Dawn. See what I mean? I don't think anybody's ever found this, man. I really don't. That's unbelievable, man. But in Crowley's autobiography that I seen on YouTube, it mentioned that he was a nice-looking lad, and everybody said that he's a nice-looking lad. Well, it so happens that this Edward Cullen that's playing that, this Cullen in Greek stands for a nice-looking lad. So it's Edward, a nice-looking lad. Edward is in Edward Alexander Crowley. It all matches up, man. I can't believe that. It's just unbelievable that would match up. But that's what it was. Edward, see? Edward. And then you got Jacob right here that followed the 12 tribes of Israel. You got the Order of the Black of the old Roman Empire right there, and that is Prince Bernhard. Bernhard of Norway. That's his blood lineage. He proclaims blood lineage to King David, so he's of the pharaonic blood lineage of King David too. And then you got Bella the handmaiden, and she's got a last name that's representative of the swan, which is Libra of the tribe of Dan. And her birthday's also during that time too, Libra. So you can't make that up, guys. And this whole story was all about that. You know, Edward wanted in with, and you might say, well, that's kind of sick, Jerry. Edward, if he was one of the descendants of Bella right there, what was he trying to do to having sex with her? Well, you got to remember the aristocracy, they interbreed anyway. Can't make it up, man. I don't want to say any more about that, but, you know, they want to keep their blood lineage going. And like I tried to tell you, they're not, the aristocracy's not like you people. I've tried to tell you that. We don't even have the same skull you have, and what's in those skulls, and they're afraid they're going to lose it if they interbreed with commoners. And so it wouldn't be uncommon, I don't guess, for Mr. Edward Alexander Crowley to try to, you know, get with his handmaiden Bella Mother. I don't know, but anyway, I'm not going any further than that. But you guys get the point on that. But there you go, there's the Pharaoh. Pharaoh Crowley. The great B666. Yeah. Oh, well. Let's see here. I got another interesting thing to show you too, guys. Very interesting if we can get to it. Let's see here. Some of that stuff you're passing up there too, that's pretty neat stuff too. I'll look at it later. That's about the Libra. Hang on. Yeah, this is that country line dancing in Las Vegas, and it's one of the biggest shootings that happened here in the United States. I think it's the biggest one. You remember it? It was in Las Vegas, and these people were country line dancing, and this guy was supposed to have shot from up in a building and killed a bunch of people, 60, 70, 80 people, whatever. I don't remember the count exactly. But at that time, folks, I thought that they were trying to cover up something. And I already knew what it was. I think they were trying to get you guys' attention, get everybody distracted on this thing because they had something to hide at the time. And what they had to hide at that time was the 41 uncovered it, which I might have showed you in the other video, the dimensions of the Ark of the Covenant. Ron Wyatt was getting the Ark of the Covenant out from underneath the ground at the time this happened. And that's the reason why that shooting occurred. They were trying to get everybody's attention and get you off of that attention to that Ark of the Covenant. They didn't want you knowing about that. Can't make it up, folks. I'm hoping that I can find this other deal here. That was what I done earlier. Yeah, remember this guy right here that I talked about, the Antichrist connection of the tribe of Dan. I really think this guy's on cue pretty good with that. Let's see here, guys. I have got something here. If I can just find it, that was the Knights Templars. That was the Caesar Augustus stuff I done earlier today. Let me look here just a moment. I think, honestly, this is really worth seeing if I can find it here. It's worth your time. It really is. We were talking before. Tell you what, I'm just going to do a separate video on that. I will show you here real quick. This is Prince Bernhard. We were talking about Jacob and his last name being Black. Well, that's Prince Bernhard. And that's his coat of arms of the Order of the Black. That's what that is. And he proclaims lineage to King David. And this is an old blood lineage, folks, from the old Roman Empire. Mm-hmm. before that it became the Catholic Church, the Vatican. This is the old Roman Empire during the days of Augustus Caesar. Yeah. And some of the other Caesars. So, but that's what this is. And he can actually reject a pope if he wants to. He doesn't have to accept that pope if that's not what he wants. So, that black, that's definitely legitimate, because that's the pharaonic house of King David. So it would be Jacob Black, Jacob following the 12 tribes of Israel, Bella, the handmaid, swan, representative of the animal of the tribe of Dan. That's what they are. And then you got Edward Alexander Crowley. So you got it. I mean, it's just something, isn't it? But thank you for seeing this. I'm going to show you something else too here a little bit later with a separate video that's very interesting too. I got a bunch of interesting stuff to show you. But I just ran up on all this by accident last night. Prophecy and stuff, guys, just keeps coming to me. It never stops. If you can't see something's going on with me by now, guys, I really don't know what to tell you. This kind of thing just doesn't happen to an everyday person. Not like this. Nobody else knows this stuff. Nobody has a video on this stuff on YouTube or anything. This is all me, man. I ain't seen any of this stuff that I showed you all today. There ain't been anybody put this stuff out. Because nobody figured it out. To my knowledge. I'm being serious. Look around. You'll not find it. That stuff about 9/11 and all that, and that stuff about the blood lineage of Prince William, you will not find that. But none of this stuff. This is all prophecy, guys, that I myself have acquired. It's not come from anywhere else. The only counsel that I've took up is the divine counsel of Elohim, Jesus Christ. That's it. There's been no counsel from nowhere else. There's been no looking at no videos and copying anything anybody had. This is all my stuff. I promise you it is. Look around. You'll not find it. Thank you for watching my video. See you later today.